So let's go back to you're running USA Network. You're the first female president of a cable network or a major network at that time. How long did you run USA Network in total from beginning to end?
22 years.
22 years, and it did well in the ratings, obviously.
Became #1 14 straight years before I left.
14 years. In 1981, you want to go public. What happened?
Nothing. There was no market. Nobody would. No, there wasn't any public market and nobody. You know, back then there was really no confidence that these businesses would be worth anything. Today they're worth a lot more than broadcast networks, but a network like USA is. But back then, you know, there still wasn't any market for it, and there wasn't the kind of venture market or anything the same that there is today. There wasn't, you know, wasn't capital in the marketplace to do this. In fact, at that time, by 1981, 1982, Bob Pittman was at MTV at that time. He wasn't the founder, John Lack was, but he was very instrumental in building MTV, and he tried to go public also. But he just got no, you know, just no traction at all. Nobody, there just wasn't a public market the way there is today. And nobody would fund these kind of businesses thinking, well, will they ever really be worth much? So it was a different period of time. So what happened at that time was Time Inc., Paramount, and Universal had just had a major lawsuit that they had settled. And my partner, Bob Rosencrantz, was under hostile takeover from Rogers of Canada. Rogers, the major communications company in Canada, Ted Rogers. And Bob wanted money to defend his cable business. So he wanted us to sell USA Network to get money. He wanted the cash. And there was no public market, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to public market. But anyway, Time Inc. at that time, not Time Warner, it was Time Inc. at that time, had, you know, said that they were interested in buying it, and they had this, I call it the one night of peace between Time Inc., Paramount, and Universal. You know, they had just settled this lawsuit, and they brought in Paramount, the owner of Madison Square Garden, and Joe Cohen was heading the operations there at the time, and they you know, made an offer to buy the company for $30 million, and they brought in Universal the next week to keep Universal out of Getty. Getty was going to buy, at that time ESPN had started up. It was a Connecticut-based sports network, and it was kind of interesting, the politics of it all. But anyway, that's how it wound up with 3 owners at that time.